we doing, guys? I said, how are we doing, guys?
Great.
Good. So, this is kind of off the schedule. We're just doing this for the heck of it, and you're lucky enough to witness it. So, more or less, in this exhibit here, we have two Arctic wolves. We have Odin, who's in his shift area right now, and we have Luna, which is down on my right, your left-hand side. Arctic wolves are a subspecies of the gray wolf. I believe there's 23, is it, subspecies of gray wolves? All are endangered or threatened except for the Arctic wolf. Reason being is that their main predator does not bother them in their natural environment. And who is that? Us. All right. Unfortunately, we're the ones that have caused the majority of declines in wolf populations. So the Arctic wolves also looks like a very big, powerful, large animal. Is actually a smaller gray wolf. They only max out at about 120 pounds. So you have Labrador retrievers in your house that actually probably weigh more than that. Wow. So they're a little bit smaller, but very big, thick coats. Obviously, because of that frozen tundra that they live in, that thick coat protects them and helps them when their natural temperatures dip below negative 30 degrees for up to days and days on end. I believe it goes a month at a time. It can dip below negative 30. Wow. So that coat is what keeps them alive, happy, and healthy. Now, the Arctic wolves that we have, like I said, are Odin and Luna. They're brother and sister. And the backstory on them is that they came from a facility down in Maryland. Normally, a Arctic wolf will have 2 or 3 cubs, all right? This mom actually had like 6 or 7, I believe it was, and naturally they struggle with that many. Why such small litter numbers? Because, of course, in the Arctic, you need to preserve your calories and all that stuff to make sure you can maintain yourself and your babies. Having that many babies expels more caloric intake than they can find. It doesn't work out. So naturally in the wild, some of them would have died off. In captive management programs, you take responsibility for them and you bottle raise them. So they contacted us and we said, sure, send 2 of them our way. So that's when Odin and Luna joined us at about 5 weeks of age. They moved into my house with my wife and I. I have a very understanding wife, all right? And more or less, we became their pack. We provided safety, security, food, shelter, all that good stuff. And when they grew up in that environment, like I said, we were the pack members. Now, I am Alpha. My number 2 is Odin, who you'll meet in a minute. Under him is just about every other keeper on our staff, and on the bottom of that totem pole we have Luna. All right? Now that kind of exhibits, lends some idea of why she exhibits some of the behaviors that she has. Being a wolf on the bottom of the pack, you're constantly on lookout watching because you're the one that gets picked on. You're the one that gets knocked off when resources become, less than accessible. So she's a little bit more of a nervous wolf, which is also very wolf-like. What you're going to see here in a few minutes walk out, he acts like your dog at home, all right? But again, it's not because he is tame, but it's because he sees me as his alpha, and we have this very understanding and bonded relationship, and he's completely comfortable with me as I am with him. So, why do they exhibit the different personalities? Like I said, it's because they're in the pack mentality and they're different placements in the pack. Now, naturally, when animals leave our home, which we consider the nursery, and join us up here at the park, they eventually hit maturity. Now, as a wolf gets older, a number 2 wolf, what's he going to do to the alpha? Take him out, right? Yeah. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that because, being brother and sister, Odin was neutered when he hit pubescence or maturity. That neutering actually took away some of that testosterone and that drive, which makes him want to become that alpha, make him want to become that number 1, and instead he's quite comfortable being my number 2. And here we are now. They are 5 years old. Their birthday is actually on Earth Day, believe it or not. And our pack has never had any issues with dominance, fighting, or anything like that.